the requirement for ground fault protection, also known as GFP, for 150 to 600 volts, 1000 amps and above disconnects was added to the National Electrical Code, or NEC, in the 2011 edition. This is specifically addressed in Article 230.95d. Buildings or facilities that were constructed before the adoption of the 2011 NEC are generally considered to be grandfathered. This means that these facilities are typically not required to retrofit ground fault protection to existing disconnects. However, it's very important to understand that local jurisdictions may have adopted more stringent requirements than the NEC, or they might have specific requirements for ground fault protection even in existing installations. Always check with your local authorities to confirm the applicable codes and regulations in your area. There are some exceptions to the grandfathering provision. Firstly, if a disconnect is replaced or upgraded, which includes a change in its interrupting rating or short circuit current rating, then the ground fault protection requirement would likely apply. Secondly, if the facility undergoes significant renovations or expansions, this can also trigger the need to comply with the current NEC, including the ground fault protection requirements. Thirdly, if the disconnect is part of an electrical system that is being modified or upgraded to comply with the current NEC, then ground fault protection might be required. Even if a facility is grandfathered and not strictly required to retrofit ground fault protection, it is still considered a good practice to do so. Implementing ground fault protection significantly enhances electrical safety. It helps to reduce the risk of electrical fires and minimize potential damage from ground faults. Ground fault protection devices are designed to detect ground faults, which are unintended electrical paths from a current carrying conductor to ground. When a ground fault occurs, the ground fault protection device quickly interrupts the power supply, preventing a sustained arc flash or electrical fire. Ground faults can occur for various reasons, such as damaged insulation, loose connections, or accidental contact with grounded objects. Without ground fault protection, these faults can escalate quickly, leading to serious damage or injury. In industrial and commercial settings, ground faults can disrupt operations, damage equipment, and pose a significant safety hazard to personnel. Ground fault protection devices are typically installed in the main disconnect or service entrance of an electrical system. They monitor the current balance between the phase conductors and the neutral conductor. In a healthy electrical system, the current flowing through each phase conductor should be equal, and the neutral conductor should carry only a small amount of current. However, when a ground fault occurs, some of the current will return to the source through an unintended path, creating an imbalance in the current flow. The ground fault protection device detects this imbalance and trips the circuit breaker or disconnect, interrupting the power supply. There are different types of ground fault protection devices available, each with its own sensitivity and response time. The selection of the appropriate device depends on the specific application and the level of protection required. Ground fault protection is particularly important in environments where there is a high risk of electrical shock, such as wet or damp locations, or areas where there is a risk of contact with conductive materials. In these situations, ground fault protection can help to prevent serious injury or death. When considering ground fault protection, it is important to ensure that the devices are properly installed and maintained. Regular testing should be performed to verify that the devices are functioning correctly. It is also important to train personnel on the proper operation and maintenance of ground fault protection equipment. The NEC provides detailed requirements for the installation and testing of ground fault protection devices. These requirements are designed to ensure that the devices provide adequate protection against ground faults. Article 230.95 of the NEC specifies the requirements for ground fault protection of equipment. This article covers the types of equipment that require ground fault protection, the performance requirements for ground fault protection devices, and the testing procedures that must be followed. The NEC also provides guidance on the selection of appropriate ground fault protection devices for different applications. The selection process should take into account the specific characteristics of the electrical system, the potential hazards present in the environment, and the level of protection required. In addition to the NEC requirements, there may be local codes or regulations that apply to ground fault protection. It is important to check with the local authorities to ensure that all applicable requirements are met. When retrofitting ground fault protection to an existing electrical system, it is important to consider the impact on the overall system. The addition of ground fault protection can sometimes cause nuisance tripping, which is the unintentional tripping of the circuit breaker or disconnect. Nuisance tripping can be caused by various factors, such as transient voltage surges, harmonic currents, or improper grounding. To minimize the risk of nuisance tripping, it is important to carefully select and install the ground fault protection devices. It is also important to ensure that the electrical system is properly grounded and that there are no other potential sources of electrical noise. In some cases, it may be necessary to modify the electrical system to accommodate the addition of ground fault protection. This may involve upgrading the grounding system, adding surge protection devices, or installing harmonic filters. The decision to retrofit ground fault protection should be based on a careful assessment of the risks and benefits. The potential benefits of ground fault protection, such as enhanced electrical safety and reduced risk of electrical fires, should be weighed against the potential costs, such as the cost of the equipment and installation, and the potential for nuisance tripping. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to retrofit ground fault protection is a business decision that should be made by the facility owner or operator. However, it is important to consider the safety implications of the decision and to err on the side of caution. Ground fault protection is an important safety measure that can help to protect people and property from the hazards of electrical faults. While it may not be required in all situations, it is often a good practice to implement ground fault protection, especially in environments where there is a high risk of electrical shock or electrical fires.